Oh, good.
Okay, we're going to Grand National Sweep taking place?
Pardon?
Grand National Sweep taking place?
I'm not sure if I'm allowed to speak about it. Am I? Yeah. Yes.
What did you get?
Last Samurai. Okay. Oh, not bad, eh? We did something similar for the Golf Masters, right? And I got a guy, Bart Sims.
Hot tickets if you're getting the favourite.
What can I say? Hopefully it was not the only lucky moment in this weekend. I don't know these guys actually. I'm not in this kind of sports, but I saw his face when I got it, and it obviously it's good, eh? Not bad. Not bad. I like the movie, so maybe the horses. Okay, also.
How's the injury situation? What's the latest with regards to Sadio Mane, Adam Lallana, Jordan Henderson, Dan Sturridge as well?
Oh, where do we want to start?
Start with Mane.
Not involved. So, Sadio, now it's pretty sure will need the surgery. Not 100% sure when it will happen. But, then it's clear, season over. That's what I actually have expected when I saw the video after the game. Didn't look really well. I thought he was lucky in the situation that not more happened, but we are close to the end of the season, and that means then will be pretty much impossible that you will play again in this season. But we'll have then a longer break and be ready for the next season. So that's the only good news.
Adam Lallana?
Better, much better, but of course no option for the week. It's not in training, so feels good, on a good way. Problem with this is that the first few days in this kind of injury, it's a kind of a shooting muscle. If you want to, you use your mainly if you shoot. So he feels nothing in the moment, but we will need a few more days for sure until we can have him back on the pitch. So that's it. It's similar to Hendo. Hendo is also in a good way, but don't know exactly when he can be part of training again.
Daniel?
Daniel is part of training. Yeah, that's now. It was only yesterday and today, and then we will see. But no major issues.
And Coutinho's all right after that bout of illness.
Yeah, Phil is still ill. He was not at Melwood yesterday. Will not be here today. I had a little conversation with the doc. He feels much better, but doesn't look too good. We will have to see if we bring him in tomorrow. Stoke is not too far away, so we give him all the time he needs, but we'll be really close.
With Manchester City 2 points behind, Arsenal and United 6 points behind.
And less matches, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've got less matches to play them now.
Yeah, and they have.
Where's the biggest threat, do you feel, to you qualifying for the Champions League next season? Is it with them, or is it with yourself?
All the opponents we play, yeah. That's because they have all their own targets. That's football, so and that's nothing I think about. So the situation is as it is. So it's our situation. We have to play now Stoke and all the other games. So it's nothing. We don't play them anymore. So we don't play. We don't have influence on their games. They play their own season, and we have to get as many points as possible, and then we will see where it ends. But that's all. No threat for us or something else. I don't think that 60 points or 62 or 65 will be enough to go to Champions League. So we need to collect a few more points, and then, how I said, after Middlesbrough, probably we'll know exactly where it ends.
You talked about seeing games out and improving your defensive mettle. How do you manage that? Do you coach that, or have they just got to gain that from experience?
Look, when I spoke about this, it was experience. Can you train experience? I'm not sure. Yes, but of course now in this week between the games, now we played day before yesterday, and yesterday was only the rest of the squad in training involved. The rest did the recovery, so it was not. We speak about it, of course, but the situation I thought about after the game when we were in possession, and obviously Bournemouth defended deep. So, but that's not what we have to care about. So we could keep the ball, let them move around, whatever, let the ball do the work and all that stuff. And until if they want to get something in the game, they have to open the gate a little bit. But we played then long balls. We kind of creating diagonal balls and stuff like this. Makes not too much sense in this situation. It's all clear what the player, what they wanted to do in this situation, to create something that's natural and that's normal. I like this actually, but in this situation, 15 minutes, with all the issues we had on the pitch, cramp here, cramp there, Roberto Firmino obviously kind of overplayed. Is this a word you use? A lot of games with the Brazilian team and all that stuff since he's back from injury. Man City, I think, was the first game, then going to Brazil. All that stuff. So, come on, keep the ball, pass around, and all that stuff. But I said it, that obviously the whole club needs to get more experience in this. It's not only the players. If we don't create a situation like this and play a back pass, maybe it's then on the stand, it's a little bit like, whoa. So nobody's happy about this. Afterwards, it's easy to say what we wanted. We only wanted 3 points, but there are different ways to get it. We had the counterattacks, we had the chances. The problem is not losing the ball. The problem is the work you have to do when you lost it. So that's, again, high intense immediately. And that's something, what you have to learn. And it's only about doing it in different situations and not doing it as the main plan from now on, from the beginning. But don't suffer in your situation, use the situation that you have. And I said before, when we defend really well, when we defend really good, what obviously we did in the most parts of the game. It was one long throw in, and not sure that the first goal, we cannot say it was we were under pressure. It was only a back pass. So did they score? Maybe one more shot from King first half. That's it. So that says something. That was okay. And we created our chances. We scored the goals, and that's how football can be. Then you need to be disciplined. That's the same thing what we have to do in Stoke.
In terms of points totals, you're at the same stage as you were at the whole of last season. You got to 60, which you achieved at the end of last season. So in points totals, you're making progress. But is it all about now top four for you? Is that the only thing that matters?
What else could we think about? No, really. What?
No bigger picture, no development, no progress of.
I think we made that's you have to judge this. I am not sure. It's my job. I thought we had wonderful games this season actually, we had a few injuries, and if you put out take out all the players which we miss now from other teams, and if they can play their best football, I would be really surprised. That's how it is, but it's our situation. We have to fight for it. It's not about the progress we can speak after the season, what we made. If you didn't see progress until now, then it's our fault, because it should be obvious. We should not discuss about things like this. I thought we still scored until now the most goals in the league, so that's for sure not bad. Yes, we conceded a few too much. We had wonderful games at Anfield away. It was all involved 60 points. You don't get from nothing. You need to do a really good job. And after this season, with all the problems we had, being in this position is good. But the season is not finished, so that's all. And that's what we have to know. We know, obviously, and then to use the rest of the season to have more points than these 60 after the last game.
But if you don't make top four, is that a failure for you?
Yeah, is it important in this moment? I don't know. We will see what happens then. Our opponents are really strong. So 2 of the 6 who are there in the moment will not be in Champions League next year. That's how it is, and it's our job not to think about what will be. We already said it. We want to qualify for Champions League. Yes, if you can't reach your target, then that means it didn't work out, and then we can think about the reasons for it. But in this moment, we don't have to think about the reasons. We have to, why we have only 60 points, or why we have already 60 points. It's only how we can build a line, make a lineup for Stoke, and that's a real challenge today, actually. And yeah, and then to be as strong as possible there and win the game.
James, Mane out for the rest of the season and some prominent players also out as well. How much is that compromising the team that you would like Liverpool to be at the moment in terms of the players that are there?
Very sorry, I didn't understand the question. So.
The fact you've got Mane out, and Lallana all out, how much is that?
Coutinho.
And Coutinho, indeed. How much is that stopping you from being the team that you want to be? Is that compromising you at all?
That's kind of a self-answering question, isn't it? Yes, I'm not 100% sure about compromising, but obviously, if I understood it right, then it compromises our situation a little bit, and it makes life not easier. That's how it is. It's the highest quality players, very important. But as long as we have 11, we have to. That's. All manager would probably say the same. It's not about thinking about the players you can't involve. It's all about thinking about the players you can involve. That's all. And I can't really imagine or remember the last time when I had a situation when everybody was fit, at its best, highest level, and then you have to make really difficult decisions who you can play. I'm not sure when it was last time. So that's our life. Not a problem, only it's a fact. And so. That's what all my thoughts are only about the players I can involve and not about the others.
And on Stoke City, how do you approach that game?
Good team, different parts in the season, different performances, obviously, but still good. Had not the best results maybe in the last few games, but really good and always difficult to play. Stoke is not an easy place to be. Everybody knows about this, so yeah. We may analyze. We don't know, of course, not about the lineup of Stoke because they have different options, but style of play should be pretty clear, and it's a good football playing side, obviously, yeah. So most of the things are for us clear, and that's the only thing. It's not about. I don't think that Stoke thinks about being in a threat or whatever about the league. It's maybe one of these 2-3 teams in the league in the moment. They don't fight for the one thing or fight against the other thing. So that's a comfortable situation. I think they have kind of a natural confidence that how it looks. Very experienced manager, very good manager. So yeah, difficult place to go, but it's the only place where we want to be tomorrow. And so that's all.
Carl, on the stage.
Camera, Carl.
With the number of injuries you've got now, I know hindsight's a great thing, but do you look at your squad and think maybe we should have had more in? Do you have an ideal number in terms of how many you want? And obviously, will that?
I would love to replace an injured player always with a player with exactly the same quality, or best with his brother or twin, whatever. That would be the perfect situation. Having too much player is not good. It's not good for a squad because you kill development for players. That's how it is. You will see, or maybe sometimes you think, oh my God, why is he performing like this? It's only because he was not used the last few weeks and doesn't feel confident and all that stuff. So yeah, in this moment we have not enough experienced player. So we have to replace them probably with youth, with a little bit less experienced boys and all that stuff. That's all possible, but. In this moment, we can change it, so why should I think about it? That's how it is. And can I know before that the injuries are not, or being ill or whatever? I don't think that we had a lot because of intensity. Now you can say it was not intense. Yes, it was intense in December, January, February. It was very intense for us, but it was not about muscle a lot. It's nothing. The intensity had nothing to do with Hendo's injury. Nothing. Maybe with of course Adams. Injury was a little bit about this, but we couldn't have influence on this too. Phil's injury was against Sunderland long ago, but was a challenge. Same Sadio, so these very serious things, and then back problems here, other things here, growing there. Yeah, we don't have influence on it. You need to. We learn from all of these things, but we cannot use this in this moment. Now we have only to think about the things we have influence now, and not what we will do about it in the future. So for me, it's not interesting, but you can imagine that we learn from all the things we experienced in the last season.
Well, anything? Glenn, anything else to finish with? And that's us then, guys. Thank you very much.
Welcome.